Hello, wildlings. I'm your Creepsmith, and you found my Fear Forge. Lucky you. Hey, wildlings. Today's double dose of dastardly devilry is two tales by the same title, Mr. Nobody, by IPostatMidnight and Doverhawk. Everyone knew Cassie. She was a friendly child, sure, but I think the neighborhood knew her because she knew us. She was the reason that our block felt like a family. Girls got second sight, Aletta Johnson would proclaim from her window perch. I've never believed in such things, but I will admit Cassie had a gift. To her, Aletta Johnson was Miss Grandma, while the girl who drove the ice cream truck was Miss Dog Doctor. Our mailman was Mr. Painter, and she played hopscotch and jump rope with kids that she had dubbed Singer, Teacher, and Fireman. I asked her about all the nicknames once, and from what I could understand, they came from how she saw people as potential. She didn't exactly see our futures, she just saw us at our ideal. Everybody glows, Mr. Writer, she told me. Everybody's good. Now, I had never told anyone that I wanted to write. It was a secret dream, not one that I'd let myself take seriously, yet somehow she saw it in me. And that's how she saw all of us. One afternoon, I was cooling off on my front stoop when she skipped down the sidewalk with a stranger at her side. She had obviously enchanted him just like everyone else. We smiled and waved, and as they passed, I asked, "Who's your friend, Cassie?" She paused, tilting her head in confusion before exclaiming, "Oh, you're just being writery, Mr. Writer." I should have paid more attention as she laughed and twirled off down the street, followed by the stranger. I should have realized. Cassie always saw the good in people. Cassie could only see the good in people. But not everyone is good. Do you remember when you were a kid and you were terrified of the monster in your closet? You'd cry to your parents, maybe even beg for an extra hour before bedtime just so you could avoid being alone in the dark with the monster. They'd tell you not to worry, monsters aren't real. They would tuck you into bed, maybe read a bedtime story, and just before they turned off the lights, you'd have them check for that monster. From the safety of your bed sheets, you would watch them cross the room and open the closet door, maybe check under the bed. They would push your clothes aside and show you that the closet was empty. Nobody's there. When your dog started to bark in the middle of the night, his teeth baring, his fur bristled, and his eyes staring unmoving outside into the backyard, you would get up, pat him on the back, tell him not to worry. Nobody's there. You're home alone. Your parents have gone out. You hear a knock at the door. You get up, you cross the house, you answer the door to an empty porch. Nobody's there. You hear someone call your name. You hear the cupboard door creak closed. You hear footsteps moving around upstairs and thumps and bumps in the house at night. But it's okay. It's okay. The house is just settling. Nobody's there. You wake up in the middle of the night for no reason at all. Your hair stands up on end and your skin prickles. In the darkness, You can just barely make out the shape of a man standing at the foot of your bed. You can hear his raspy breathing, and you feel a chill in the air. He starts getting closer. He's always been getting closer. From that moment that you first saw him in your closet. Nobody's there. So stay scary, wildlings. Maybe pay a little closer attention to that one kid who always says he ain't afraid of nobody. And make the most of your nights.